Let me tell you how creative SpongeBob is.
Grown.
SpongeBob
situations.
SpongeBob is grown.
Yes. A man lives on his own, goes to work.
Yes.
Has one best friend, Squidward's half.
Yes.
Right? Like, has got to deal with a fucking shitty boss. Yes.
Mr. Krabs.
Yes. This is grown man stuff.
Right. With great writing. The first 3 seasons, obviously, but any other thing after that's terrible.
Falls off.
Falls off hard. Hard.
Can't what?
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob
Lives in a pineapple
under the sea.
You're lying, man.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
No.
Jinx, you owe me 2 sodas because we did it twice.
All right. 2 sodas it is.
Yes. Or we just got 2 beers. That's fine too.
That'll work.
You know what was grown as well? Bugs Bunny was grown.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Had a lot of violence.
Bugs Bunny was also racist.
Yes, it was. Yes. It had a lot in it. Like, wow.
So what I found out was, you know how like in those, like the older cartoons, when they started doing the yelling or any of the characters did the yelling, it was always Mel Blanc that did it.
Mm-hmm.
They just always changed the pitch. And Mel Blanc, I think, was the creator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was the one that always did the yelling scenes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Things you learn.
Yeah, because there was a video I saw, said Mel Blanc doing all yelling scenes in Looney Tunes. I'm like, what? So I listened to it. I'm like, oh my God, it is him. They just changed the pitch on each one of them.
Yeah.
Some of them is just him. It's like, oh, that's interesting.
I'll go find that video.
I think it's in my history. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Oh,
You guys ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
ready.
We got the intro now.
Dinning it. Captain's
This one's
log.
gonna be fun.
After Colony 159.
Welcome to a great episode of the Game Pad Saga podcast. I'm Eric.
Proceeding to Doc Kashan.
And we have our special guest, Darryl, here with us.
Hi.
×2.
And today we are going to talk about the Nintendo Entertainment System, known as the NES, for the kids who like to talk in anagrams.
Yes, I believe so.
Well, that's a new word to me.
So most people may know, the 8-bit system by the Famicom, or the Family Computer. The system was released in Japan on July 15th of 1983. Here in the States, we know it as the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Say that one more time for the folks in the back.
Nintendo Entertainment System.
Prestige worldwide. Wide. Prestige worldwide. Putting in the man hours.
It was released October 18th of 1985. I guess when they released it in 85, it was only shipped to New York and Los Angeles.
At
For
first it was
obvious
New York.
reasons,
At first it was New York.
You know, big market, and they want to see, hey, let's sell there.
So the first year was New York. What they did was, if I remember correctly, they went to all retail stores. I think it was like between 500 and 600 retail stores. And what was it? They did a risk-free. So they set up, they did all their setup free. They did all themselves and all this good stuff. And they had athletes come and present the system. So
To the consumers that was in the store.
Yeah. So the athletes and the execs would be there presenting the system. There was one douchebag. There was one retail store. I can't remember the mall it was, but would not allow Nintendo to. They would be able to set up, but they would not allow them to turn on the games because they didn't want to attract the wrong crowd.
How would you attract the wrong crowd?
Racism.
I had one.
Actually,
And this is in the States or Japan?
this was in New York.
Okay, New York.
This was in New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say racism. I'd say prejudice would be a more
Yeah.
accurate word for that.
And the NES got a worldwide release on September 27th of 1986.
That was also risk. I'm sorry to interrupt, but that was also risk-free. So they didn't make any money after 3 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did not know that.
Yeah, they wanted to get their stuff out there. So it's like, look, after 90 days, if you don't make whatever it is, then just give us our cut and we'll leave.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Now they're like, we're staying forever. We're making a year contract.
Yeah, they did.
The 80s was a heck of a decade.
Yes. Especially for video gaming.
Yeah.
Hiroshi Yamamuchi, he was Nintendo's president at the time in 86. And he stated that he wanted arcade games to be placed on cartridges that could be played at home.
Mm.
Masayuki Yumuriya.
Okay.
He was the person that designed the NES. He also had a hand in, everyone's favorite game, Duck Hunt.
Mm.
Who doesn't love Duck
That's a
Hunt?
classic right there.
And he also had a hand in making the Super Nintendo.
So, speaking of Duck Hunt, Nintendo actually had something that was very similar to. They had laser ranges.
Mm-hmm.
So they came out with something called the light gun, and it was just a laser gun, and it gained so much popularity that they made ranges for it.
Right.
Yeah, but then there was an economic crisis in Japan, and they actually had to shut them down.
Mm.
They said, game over.
Mm-hmm. Know who they want.
No pun.
Flip.
Yeah, you
flip.
did. Yeah, you
Flip. 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 Flip.
Game
Flip.
over.
Game over.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, God.
So the NES had a retail price of $179. And in today's world or market, that is the equivalent to $522.65.
Mm.
The NES sold 61.91 million consoles worldwide. It was discontinued in the States on August 14th of 1995 and in Japan on September 25th, 2003.
Why?
It was time to move on.
Oh, it was
Move on
time
to
to move on?
Yeah.
2003. What was? I missed that part. I was reading. What's discontinued?
The NES, Nintendo Entertainment
They
System.
stopped making it in 2003.
In Japan.
In Japan?
Oh wow, that was a long run.
Yeah, that's a long run.
Yeah, in the States, they stopped in 95, but yeah,
In
Japan.
95.
Well, that was the Sony
86
PlayStation was out by
and
then. Sega Saturn. So what the Sega Genesis was? Was it Sega 32X it's 32X,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What else was out there? The 3DO.
Mm.
There was a lot of game systems out at that time, and then Super Nintendo obviously superseded it.
Yeah, that's true.
It was just Japan, so
2003.
That's
Yeah.
a long time.
a long time. The best-selling game was Super Mario Brothers. 40 million units sold. I mean,
Hats
one
off.
thing that
Hats
contributed
off.
to that was it was a
Yes.
packing game, so.
Yes. True legend in the game.
Pac-Man.
Wow.
He was part of the 1983 crash, by the way.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
The best standalone game was Super Mario Brothers 2, which
Mm.
sold 10 million units.
Ha ha! And that's my
What?
favorite one.
What?
And we went over this on the last episode when we talked
Yes.
about Mario. So if you wanted to check that out, you definitely should.
Don't be like Ward. Make
Yeah.
sure you eat your veggies.
Yes, eat your veggies and just understand that Mario has antisocial disorder. Amen. Continue. Or maybe you. Who knows?
You never know. In the US, the NES launched with 17 games. This included 10-Yard Fight.
Great game, by the way.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I saw it was it's a football game.
Yeah.
So
Whenever you hike the ball, it goes.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah.
and we had baseball. Clue Clan. Or sorry.
Clue Clan.
You know what?
Clue
that's
Clue
a good
Land.
one
We're
right
ending the
there.
podcast right now.
Wow.
We're ending it.
Clue Land.
Clan. Wow.
Duck Hunt. Excite Bike. Golf. Euromite. Hogan's Alley. Ice Climber. Kung Fu. Pinball. Stack Up. Super Mario Bros. Tennis. Wild Gunman. And Wrecking Crew.
Mm.
This was a game that starred Mario and just went and just hammering things. Could it have led to him becoming insane? Check out our
Probably.
previous
Every time his
episode.
girls kept getting kidnapped, I'll go insane too.
Man, you just
He
gotta
already
listen.
knows.
You just gotta wait.
already knows.
You just, yeah, he does know. He's getting he's on it. He's
Yes.
on it. But you gotta listen to the rest of it, man. It's when you listen to it, you're gonna be like, oh my God, what are these two thinking?
So Nintendo officially licensed 1,384 games. 672 were released in Japan. 186 were released in the States. and 19 of them were released in the PAL countries.
Yeah, PAL games. Ugh, they don't run well. I think people with the Sony PlayStation Mini can figure that out. So, speaking of games, there was some tidbits that I found out. First off, where's my notes here?
Scroll notes,
I'm just scrolling through my notes. So, actually, before the Famicom came out, they had something called the AVS, which was the first model. It was a top loader. You would be able to load the games in, but they come to find out that you can copy cartridges and make games for them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So how could they copy the games?
That I didn't get too much into.
Okay. Only I remember digging through that Nintendo put in a chip, I guess, that would not allow them to play copy games.
Yeah, so it was a chip. It was on a timer. It was like 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
Or they couldn't put any of the Famicom games onto other systems for 1 to 2 years.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But yeah, there was a chip on there that didn't allow you to do that. But they did the top 40 games for that. And Excitebike was one, so that's what got me on this subject. But other than that, yeah, you were able to copy games and play it on the AVS. And they presented it I think it was in 85 at CES. Nobody bought it. So that was the beginning of 85. And then later on that year is when Nintendo came out. And that's when you were entering the cartridge into the system. So they had to, they actually created Rob for this too, because they had all kinds of equipment. They had like keyboards, mouses, stuff like that. And people thought that it was just too much for kids.
Lies.
But Rob in its infinite wisdom, a lot of people liked Rob. The
robotic operating buddy.
Rob was actually a really good complement to the NES. A lot of people were into that, so they started buying Rob. They sold
I didn't know it was that popular.
Yeah, it was really popular.
I think it only worked on 2 games. I guess Euromite required it. And the other one was, what was it? Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt?
Yeah.
No, Rob probably shot it down for you. So a couple other tidbits with Nintendo, which I thought were interesting. So I was just talking with Darryl earlier about this. So they had Hanafuda cards. So the original president for Nintendo. Nintendo was actually a trading card company. The Hanafuda cards or flower cards were sold in the Kanto region, and also whatever region that Yamauchi was from. I can't remember. But yeah, and then the Yakuza actually used them for gambling.
Did they? I did read that Nintendo was fearful of the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Grabbing all the consoles.
Well, who is not fearful of the Yakuza? Those are people I don't want to mess with.
Right. So I guess that's when they switched up like their release schedules. So what happened?
So in 1907, so all this started in 1899, mind you. So Nintendo's been out for a while, just not on the game side yet.
Yeah, so where my mind is blown.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go down and realize all these companies were one thing, and then I guess they diversified to something else. Like, holy cow.
So in 1907, they were the first manufacturer of trading card companies in the West. And then by 1929, they were the largest trading card company.
Amazing.
On cards.
Yeah, just on cards.
That's crazy.
Well, I guess it was a form of entertainment. What did you say? 1927?
1929.
1929.
1907 was well, they were the first manufacturer in the West.
So TV wasn't around then.
No, not at all.
You sure?
TV in 1907? Maybe.
Radio was.
Radio was.
Yeah, radio was.
Entertainment was radio.
Yeah.
Trading. Okay.
So then, let's see. You had a couple family changes in the presidency. Nintendo actually got renamed at one point to Nintendo Company Limited. And they struck a deal with Disney to make playing cards for them.
Wow.
Yeah, they tried other things. They failed at a rice bowl packaging. So just things you buy from the grocery store, I guess. Or maybe surprise packages. Oh, here's a rice bowl. They tried to do a love hotel.
Did they really?
Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're into that thing.
Well,
culture,
I mean,
I guess.
yeah, they're kind of like a pretty open but perverted country in a sense. And not in a bad way, right? Not in a bad way.
I guess it's just normal for them.
Yeah, but
social.
But unless like you're one of those weirdos on the train groping people, then you should be shot and stabbed. Yeah. Again, I'm extreme, but you know, whatever.
Some punishment for doing something wrong.
Right.
But
And
not
then
in the Love Hotel.
not the Love Hotel. That should be consensual on both ends.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the, I'm taking you to Love Hotel. So you know what this means. No, that's not how that works. Not how that works. So
Consent,
everyone,
ladies and
consent is
gentlemen.
important. Consent is
Males,
important.
females, consent.
Yes.
Mm.
Communicate. Is this okay? Is this not okay? Please communicate. Anyway.
Signatures. That's what we
Yeah. Well, no, that's for NDAs. That's a totally different
we're all
story.
getting NDAs.
That is for that. You know what?
We need
Darryl.
Just
Don't
like-
talk about NDAs.
Just like in Dave Chappelle, that skit. Yeah, we need signatures.
Yeah, we need signatures. We got warrants. The other thing was they had a taxi service.
Nintendo had a taxi
Nintendo had a taxi service, yes.
Sure.
Yeah, they all failed though. That's all right.
We're
But
just winging it at this point.
yeah, well, I mean, they're trying different things. Like
I see.
That's what you gotta do.
they probably got a lot of money from the Disney deal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know. So they're like, oh yeah, let's try it. But then back in '69, they wanted to go back to their roots, so they actually made a research and development team, and they wanted to get back to the roots of entertainment. So that's what they did. Their first entertainment item was the Ultra Hand, which is the little extendy thingy. It's like has like two grips on the end, and then it's like a zigzag thing. You extend it, and it just like it reaches out and grabs whatever it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Took me a
Nintendo
minute
made, Nintendo first originated that. They sold 1.2 million copies,
Okay.
and then later on the laser gun or the light
Mhm.
gun came out after I had told you that.
Zap. Well, did they change the name to the Zapper, or was that different?
The Zapper, like for
Yeah.
a duck hunt?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, just that laser gun. Or,
Yeah, I would say
Right.
laser gun. Here's a good one that you would like. Nintendo partnered with Mitsubishi,
What were
and
they
they made
working
the color game, the color game 6 and 15. So actually, they were. I mean, that sounds really bad now that I think about it.
Why?
The color game.
Oh,
No, just
yeah.
you're playing with words.
No,
Remember,
no.
Mitsubishi was known for making electronics. It makes sense.
So they were two different items. I didn't really go into detail on what they did, but they were video game systems, which really revitalized Nintendo. So there was a little story that I stumbled across too. That I think it was who was it? It wasn't Sakudio because he was the one that ran away. But yeah, so we'll do a little insight on the people that were here. So Fitsujiro Yamauchi was like the original president who did the cards.
Right.
Then you had Sakudio Yamauchi, who was the son-in-law at the time. He was the president and wanted to expand, but, you know, basically it was like it was too much. He ran away. He ran out on his son, his kids, his wife, the family, the company. I believe when I can't remember his name again. Futsijiro, there you go. He was back in power, but then had a stroke.
Bless his heart.
Yeah, so his grandchild, I don't think it was Hiroshima. It could have been, but he became president in 1949, so he was helping out his grandfather. He fired all the managers that were under.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that were under his dad.
Y'all
basically.
got to go.
He said, clean
I mean, that's pretty much how the Romans did it. It's how the Greeks did it. Like,
standard practice.
Yeah, standard practice. Instead of just killing him, he just fired him. And then they named, so I said NCL, which is Nintendo Company Limited. The first name change was actually Nintendo Karuda. Something like that. Let's see. Okay, so they came out with the color game 6 and 15. And then Yamauchi actually called a good friend of his because their son got done with engineering, or I don't know if it's software engineering or design, but it was none other than Shigeru Miyamoto.
Yes. Her guy behind Mario, right?
Called him after he called his buddy to see if his son wanted to come on in 1977 when he graduated. And that's when he became head of, not head of Nintendo yet, but
Working
part of
way
the research
towards
and
it.
development team.
Yes.
Nice.
They said, here, you're going to have this duty. Brought Nintendo back on its feet.
So
Nice.
let's see. I just got a wealth of knowledge right now. So then another son-in-law, Urakawa, married one of his daughters. He was in help with the research and development team too as well. So they wanted to go ahead and expand Nintendo at this point. So we sent Urakawa to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
to set up operation.
Okay.
And then they eventually set up operation in New York. Was where the whole thing with only starting in one city and seeing how it went.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you all want to know how Mario was developed, actually? How Mario
Yes.
got the name Mario?
Yes.
And how he might be insane.
He's not insane.
Was it
He
not
is
the
insane.
landlord? I thought it was the landlord.
It was the landlord.
Okay.
His name is Mario Sagali.
Mm-hmm.
Came in, stopped production. They were late on rent. Came in and stopped production just to yell at Arakawa.
No.
Yeah, just stop the whole
He
line.
came in there and said,
We're making a whole bunch of cabinets. He's like, no, that's it. No one's making nothing until I get my money.
"Yeah,
I want my money.
he was just a real estate guy. He didn't care what was in there as long as he got paid."
Yeah. So he was mad
so
about
Mario looked like the landlord.
No, that's where he got the name.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is when he got the
that.
name.
Yeah, it's some Italian guy.
Come on. You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was
It
Italian.
was Italian guy. Sagali? Come on now.
Hey, I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying he may look like him. I don't know.
Oh, no, he definitely looked like an Italian guy.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Pull up the picture. I'll pull up the picture for you. So, yeah, we had that. So the first arcade cabinet that actually came out was Radar Scope,
Mm.
and it was terrible.
Horrible.
Terrible.
And so that was the first endeavor in New York, mind you. That was the first endeavor in New York.
Mhm.
Actually moved Nintendo to Seattle to be closer to Japan. And Arakawa was like, yeah, I can't do this.
He can't.
As
do
far
it.
as moving over there,
No, as far as
Or
like
trying
running
to
this company
Okay.
or doing
Why?
what it is. I don't know. I mean, I'd be discouraged too. I made like so many odd cabinets and no one liked it. Most of it was my idea along with other people.
So
like-
what did he do? What did he do?
So this is when Yamauchi said, no, fuck you. You're going to stay over there
Good.
and I'm going to give you $50 million and you're going to go ahead and you're going to push the hell out of this product that we got.
Mm.
And this is when Donkey Kong first came over to the States.
Facts.
60K units were sold, over $100 million cash.
Mm.
cash money.
So he had to pay back that 50.
So where we at? 81?
This was 81, yes, or somewhere around there. And then
So Donkey Kong made the scene.
Donkey Kong made the scene, yes. But MCA Universal was people who published Donkey Kong.
Mm. Nice. Okay.
Was like, yeah, you have 48 hours to hand over all your assets because you are in copyright infringement.
Copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
With who?
MCA Universal
For what?
For using Donkey Kong,
for
right?
using Donkey Kong because it was infringing on King Kong. So my man, I had to put his name down. Howard Lincoln.
Put his name out there.
I had to, you know what, Howard Lincoln, shout outs to you because if this didn't happen, Nintendo wouldn't be here today. Okay. So Howard Lincoln met with Sid Sheinberg?
Mm-hmm.
Sheinberg.
Yeah.
Sid Sheinberg, who is the president of MCA Universal.
And what did he tell Scheinberg?
What did he tell Sheinberg? This was the attorney they were talking to first.
Mm.
And he said,
Okay.
we're not handing anything over.
Nope.
We're not doing this. And you know what? I want to know if you have the rights. I want proof that you have the rights because I'm not buying the damn Brooklyn Bridge is what he said.
So he wasn't taking the shakedown lightly.
Yeah, no, he wasn't taking the shakedown lightly at all. So a couple weeks later, they go over to Sheinberg's place in California, I think it was. They go to the MCA Universal headquarters. They sit in the conference room. And so Sheinberg, funny enough, Sheinberg thinks that they were going to go ahead and just concede defeat.
Fold. Like, we're done.
They were going to
Here.
concede defeat. And then Howard, he was like, oh, well, I'm so glad that you guys have come to your senses. Howard was like, oh, hell no. I just came to tell you straight to your fucking face that we're not doing anything and we're not settling on anything until we get proof. We looked at this from top to bottom.
Gave him the stolen cold number one finger, huh?
Yeah. And then that's the bottom line because Howard Lincoln said so.
That's a hard no.
Yeah. And you want to know something? MCA Universal did not have any proof that they owned King Kong.
No way.
Really?
I feel like you're
That's
patronizing me.
So
Stop.
hold on.
I would never.
So they
I
made a
would
King
never.
Kong movie. Then what? Did they not have rights themselves?
No, they didn't. Because you want to know something else? MCA was in a predicament in a copyright infringement as well. With I can't remember who it was, and they proved that that King Kong was actually a public entity. That he wasn't owned by anybody. So MCA got off. They didn't get punished for it.
But then they went after Nintendo.
Yes.
Because
So you know what? You know,
because they saw the vision.
yeah. So you know what, MCA? Y'all can kiss toes. I don't care. I don't care. I'm glad Howard looked at you right in the face and said,
No, we're not.
Yeah.
you know what? This is gonna be slow and it's gonna be painful. It's not gonna be quick, and you're not gonna get any Vaseline from this. Burn. Amen to that.
That's awesome.
So then Arakawa was like, hey, you should be vice president of Nintendo. And yes, he was.
Boom.
Yeah, he left the law firm and
Lincoln?
everything.
Lincoln did this?
Howard Lincoln, yeah.
Wow.
Put his foot down.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Lincoln.
There
Is he
was-
alive?
I don't know. He could be. There was a guy by the name of John Kirby, who also, I don't know what his role was in this, but Nintendo gave him 30K and
For no reason.
a yacht. No, not for no reason. There was
course
a
there's a
reason.
reason.
There's no reason.
There's a
He
reason.
probably was the firm leader or the guy that owned the firm that Howard Lincoln worked at.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's
okay.
the
That
only
makes
thing
sense.
I can think of. They gave him 30K and they gave him a yacht.
A yacht.
Yeah,
A yacht.
gave him a yacht
In the 80s.
in the 80s. Yeah, well, not a yacht, but a sailboat.
All right, we'll go to sailboat.
So Howard Lincoln, sorry to interrupt,
Go ahead.
still alive. He is 84 years old.
He's 84?
Yeah.
84.
Nice.
And he is the former CEO of the Seattle Mariners as well.
Oh wow!
Man, get out of here.
But I feel I'm being patronized again.
No, I'm just blown away with this knowledge. So he went from Nintendo to the owners of
Part
Seattle.
owner of the Mariners. Yeah,
Wow.
because remember, Nintendo was
based in Seattle.
I can't talk. Of America was based in Seattle.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Lincoln.
yeah, shout out. But yeah, once they got, and like I said, after that they did the AVS system, which was the first model of the Famicom.
Mm-hmm.
They did the little pop-up stuff, pop-up shops, 90-day risk-free.
Mm.
And that year they had 100,000 units sold, or not sold, but shipped over to America and sold half of it. So 50K.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's
Selling
That's-
like hotcakes.
yeah, that's a pretty, just for the start of video games in their company, that was a lot of shit they had to go through.
Just to
Arakawa,
get
I hats off to him, because I would have probably just offed myself off a cliff or something like that.
After going through all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have.
Well, you're a strong man.
No, he gave me 50 mil. I got to do something.
I said before the 50 mil.
Oh.
Before the 50 mil. When everyone said my radar scope sucked, I'm like, oh.
man. Yeah, that does hurt. That stings.
So stepping away, or going back a little marketing here.
Mm.
So a way that Nintendo would sell their product, they switched up their terms of, I guess, what we call a console. They called it a control deck. Cartridges were not called video games. They were called game packs.
Mm.
So that's where those come from. If you ever,
Did you know they had batteries?
the game packs?
No,
No.
the you're talking about the cartridges, right? Or game packs?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have batteries. They
Yeah.
actually have a life cycle.
Oh, well, I kind of learned that with Super Nintendo
Mhm.
because I guess the game would, not work, or the save data would be erased.
No, that wouldn't work.
So,
Maybe-
So,
maybe a
so
bit of
even
both.
blowing on them? You know how you like blowing?
No, that never, actually, there was a detriment to it.
yeah,
To be
it's-
honest.
Oh, come on. It worked every time.
Yes,
for me.
exactly. It always
Yeah,
worked.
It always worked,
But I
but
think there's a disclaimer on there saying don't do that.
yeah, there is. There is actually. Don't blow or put any liquid on the chip, please.
But we're pouring alcohol in there.
So
cleaning
help- yeah. Is it going to work? So help me. So
Rubbing
help me.
alcohol. So Nintendo did, or at least for the US, how we like bundles over here.
Yes.
So for the NES, you had your deluxe bundle, you had the basic set, action set, then a power set. Thanos not included. All right, you guys didn't like that joke? All right, fine.
It was a beautiful joke.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
The deluxe set, which went for $179, 99 cents that we mentioned earlier. It included ROB. It also included the NES Zapper, 2 controllers, 2 game packs. We already mentioned ROB worked with Euromite and Duck Hunt. And then in 87, they created another bundle. I guess you can call it the Control Deck Bundle, which went for $89.99.
$89. Jesus.
That's the one I got. At 89.
$89.
Yes, that's the one.
And if you calculate it for today's market, 2024, comes out to $262.76.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And it came with no games, but it just did come with 2 controllers. But then later on down the line, they did offer a bundle with Super Mario Brothers.
I think that's the one.
For
yeah, I got the
$99.
Super Mario Brothers with the Duck Hunt. But the controllers thing, I only got 1. I didn't get 2. Because I had to share with my sister. That was my disclosure. It was my birthday present.
And they only bought 1 controller?
Mind you,
well, I guess, yeah.
The Neo Geo was still $600, people. The Neo Geo was still $600. Now, mind you, the Neo Geo was a far superior system than the Famicom or a Nintendo.
Yeah, but only the rich of the rich could afford that.
No, that's not true. We can get it by any means.
Yeah, by any means. I hear you.
And then in 88, the action set was released for a market price of $109.99, which in today's money is $321.15. So you got your control deck, 2 controllers, the zapper, and a dual game pack. 2 games.
I feel
Mario
like I got robbed.
Well, I mean, you might have.
Marketing.
Well, hey, you know what? Let's get into this real quick about Atari that I was mentioning earlier. These whores. Let me tell you, first and foremost.
Speak your mind.
I will. You know what? I'll say with your chest. I'll say it with my chest. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Atari almost ruined Nintendo. Almost ruined them.
He's been waiting all day to say this.
Yes, I have, because I had to give Howard
Lincoln. Put some respect on the name.
Yeah, I will. He's 84. He owns the Mariners. Like, yeah, I'll put respect on it. The man's got money. But here's the thing. Atari and Nintendo were going to make something happen.
Right.
And they were like, oh, yeah, we'll collab. This, that. Atari was like, we'll collab. We'll do this. We'll do that. And from a previous attorney from Atari,
what do you say?
they were not going to buy any of the Famicoms.
Why?
Did they want their own?
Because they wanted to study what they had in their system. They wanted their own. So, yeah, they wanted to figure out what was going on, why they were so successful or going to be successful.
All right, to Atari.
And here's the thing. Before all that came about, I can't remember what CES it was. I think it was like 84. Wasn't 85. I think it was 84 or one of the earlier CESs. But ColecoVision had Donkey Kong on their new console. And that ruined everything.
Shut the game down.
That ruined all talks with Atari. That ruined the relationship with Coleco. But it was for good reason. I'm glad Coleco did that. I'm so glad Coleco did that.
Me too.
Because Atari was just going to wheel and deal and just take Nintendo for what they're worth. So Atari, your bitch asses were the ones that crashed the market in 1983, getting these poor subpar games, and no one's buying them.
Thanks, Atari.
Thank you, Atari. Thank you for crashing it.
R.I.P. to Atari.
Dirtbags.
Scum of the earth.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay. I thought we were going that far.
No.
Sorry.
No, not yet. We're getting there, though.
So, Darryl, since you're the guest,
yes,
what memories do you have of the Nintendo Entertainment System?
I have great memories. I was mad at the Mario game where you once you defeat the dragon, that was it. It was nothing else. Then
the dragon?
You got to keep playing the game and stuff like that, man. It's just, my favorite memory was Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt?
Yeah, I used to get mad.
I'm still stuck on the dragon. What dragon are we talking about?
Talking about Bowser?
Yeah. Bowser. Yeah, he's
a tortoise, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it didn't continue. It's like
there was like 8 worlds. Well, which one are you talking about?
The first one.
There was like 8 worlds.
I know, but I wanted more.
They can only do so much.
Right.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
a Nintendo.
That's true. I wanted more.
I mean, I understand. I get it.
I wanted more.
I get you. Yeah.
I got more with Duck Hunt. That's where I shine.
I don't think I ever beat that game. I think I played the first few rounds.
What, Duck
and
Hunt?
then
Yeah.
and wasn't that game like partnered with like it wasn't partnered, but then you had like the disc to do it too. Like you had the ducks and then you had the disc, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't remember the disc.
Yeah, you
Was
had the
it
disc game,
afterwards? Yeah, I think it was like an in-between level.
Yeah.
So you can shoot the duck one level, then the next one shoot the disc.
Hated the disc.
Was it
Love the
harder to
ducks,
shoot?
Yeah.
I think at the time you could just point the gun anywhere.
Like it right. And it was like
I mean, it's early technology.
you had to be up on the screen to shoot something. Like, I don't know. It's probably
Okay.
why I can't see now.
So Duck Hunt's your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Kashan.
Great memories.
Mine
NES
was Mario
memory.
2. Mario 2.
Still chasing that girl.
No, I mean, there's no chasing in that one. That was, I said this in the last podcast, but I don't know if you've played Mario 2. Did you play Mario 2?
I didn't play Mario 2.
Mario 2 was actually a whole totally different game.
Mm-hmm.
How was it different?
Well, it was.
It was like he was
well,
having
damn,
a dream.
yeah, it was like he was having a dream basically. And it was a whole different like realm, all the rest of the good stuff. And it was a different game entirely in Japan.
Oh,
and
that's
then-
why you like it.
Well, I mean, it's just a different twist.
Okay.
But
all right.
once it brought over to the States, they didn't think that, I guess you would call that an RPG at the time, maybe, but they didn't think it was going to be accepted. So they reskinned it with Mario characters as the main characters. That was the
Okay.
first game you could use. That was the first time you could use Princess and Toad.
Oh, that is right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
You can pick things up or pick up your veggies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat your veggies, kids.
I'm sorry.
Eat your veggies.
I'll take that back. I think you're right. 2 is the best one.
Yeah. 2 was obscure. It was interesting for sure.
It's out of the box.
I don't know. I didn't really like 2. I think
Wow.
probably because it was different, not the norm.
You always want to go against the grain.
Zelda was also my favorite. No, I didn't play Link's Adventures Zelda 2. I didn't play that one. But the first one, I remember I was about 4 or 5 when I actually beat that game at that time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
took it out.
Mhm.
I played it, but maybe for like 5 minutes. I never owned it.
I'm like Eric. I wasn't really a big Zelda thing.
Oh man, I don't
Oh,
like you
okay.
two already.
I
No,
know,
you're a
it's
big
just okay.
you're a Zelda
Well, I
guy
became
too,
a
but
fan for Link to the Past.
Yeah.
That's probably more what I remember first before, or that was probably when I was introduced to Zelda, then going back and playing the older ones. It's like, what is this?
Yeah.
This doesn't have cool graphics. I don't
Yeah,
like this.
that's
It's
what it
not
is,
the
yeah.
best. No.
Mm.
But yeah, Zelda. What was the other one that I played a lot growing up? Not Wing Commander. Wing Commander was Super Nintendo.
How
I
far
can't
can I
remember.
fly away from my base?
Yeah, and then lose and then run out of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
Never come back. It's like, yeah, well, this ain't happening.
Mm.
God, I can't remember that third game I always played. I know 10-Yard Fight was one, but it wasn't like my super favorite. But I believe
Was Madden on Nintendo?
no.
Just don't play with me like
No,
that.
Madden was
it,
not on Nintendo.
Was it on Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
First Madden was 92?
I'm pretty yes.
With the little guys?
93.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Super Nintendo.
God, I can't remember my other game I liked. Yeah.
Those are the only ones that I knew about. Zelda, Super Mario Brothers. Yeah. That's all I did. Duck Hunt. That's all I knew.
There was one game. It was really obscure. It was like you like dig, but I don't remember the name of it. I don't know. It was kind of like a dark game, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It might have been for Super Nintendo too.
Got you.
But I can't remember. But there was another game that I did play a lot.
So the game I remember, it was like a track and field game,
Mm.
and it came with the
The
pad. Yes.
Yeah, that was a good one. That
One was always fun.
You like that one?
I did bust out the gamepad,
I never heard of
running
it.
in place.
Yeah, you would like do the hurdles and like you really have to jump
At
up
the jump.
from the pad, and it'll the character would jump.
Yeah. I remember that.
Or the
one.
long jump.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't blessed to have that game. I'm sorry.
Opening up another beer, boys and girls. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Gosh. So you can either stand, run in place, or you can use your hands to activate the buttons.
Is that how you became a stellar athlete?
That's it right there. Nintendo helped me out.
Yeah, he was a high school hurdler, people. Just so you know. Was it the 200 or the 100 or both?
I did 110 high hurdles.
You did high hurdles?
Yeah.
He was a hurdler.
Then did they call it
He never
300?
done
400.
anything like that when I
Yeah.
played basketball with him.
Yeah.
He was hiding that talent then.
We're moving along.
Yeah, no, get out of here. Don't be downplaying it. This man was a hurdler. He was the only hurdler in the family. I did not get that gene. I just
only
ran.
did it for a year.
You got it for a year.
Yeah, I only did track for a year.
Lies.
What are you talking about? And the second game was like this monster truck game.
Monster truck.
Yeah.
Oh, was it the racing one?
It had a little bit of racing element. Oh, it was called Bigfoot. That's what it was.
Bigfoot. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I guess.
It sounds familiar. I don't think I played it though, but it does sound familiar.
If you check it out, YouTube, you'll probably have.
But yeah, I think with all the stuff being said, if obviously life in its infinite wisdom didn't get these things in order, we wouldn't have Nintendo systems today. We wouldn't have the Switch. We wouldn't have the Wii. We wouldn't have the Wii U. We wouldn't have whatever the hell else they came out with.
No, we would
I
not
don't have any of them. Yeah.
Like if those playing cards wasn't even an idea, I don't
Mhm.
think we would have had it.
No. So what hidden info you got for us, Darryl?
I don't have no.
All right.
I don't.
All right. You heard it. You heard it best from the
Hey,
mouth of
listen,
the goat.
It was a long time. It was a long time ago. So I don't have any hidden.
Oh, I got a story.
What's that?
So you met Ree, right?
No. I
And
don't
Ree's our
remember.
younger brother.
I don't
Did
think
I?
he has. I don't think so.
No, I haven't.
This was in Simrick, so Ree wasn't there.
Correct.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Was that when he went up to Jacksonville?
I believe so. Yeah.
Or not 07. Where were we at? 2010?
2010?
Summer?
Yeah, Ree should have been still there by then.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I
then
do
that's when
remember
we-
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
that's
that.
when we went to whatchamacallit to the apartment.
Yeah,
So yeah, 09, 10.
yeah. So we had just found the Nintendo in the garage, right?
Mm.
We're just talking about Nintendo. We just found the Nintendo in the garage, and I'm excited. We found all the games.
No way.
Yes, yes.
So they had this hidden in the garage?
Not at Simrick. Not at Simrick.
Oh,
not at
okay.
Simrick. Not at Simrick. This was before you came about.
Okay.
We were in Merritt Island at the time.
He's telling his story.
My bad.
Go ahead.
Thank you, kind sir.
You're welcome.
So
It's all about him. I don't want to get it.
no.
As we move right along.
So we have this thing. We have this system, and I'm like, oh man, we got all the games. We got both controllers. We got the gun. We found everything.
Nice.
We would have still had it today.
Uh-oh. Well,
Had Reed not got his hands on it. I
So
remember
it was
coming up. We
barter?
had it for all of 2 weeks. Not even a week and maybe a couple days after finding it. I come home and I'm like, yes, I'm going to go ahead and play some Nintendo and have a great time.
And what happened?
I feel like you're patronizing me again.
I'm not. I'm just asking a question.
It was filled with lotion.
What?
Every orifice you could think of on that system was filled with lotion.
What?
I think I would have kept this a little bit quiet on this one.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna.
Lotion.
You know what? Now you taking this one too far. This was a 3-year-old boy putting lotion on
Hey,
a
you
system.
did not put an age on it.
Yeah,
You
well, I
said
put-
lotion everywhere.
Okay, well, there's lotion everywhere, and every orifice of every game.
Oh, now it makes sense. Okay.
Everything. The controllers.
So he just didn't know. He was like, oh,
He didn't know what he was doing.
gotcha.
As much as I wanted to throw him through a brick wall, but man, we would have still had that today. We would have still had that today had he not wanted to go on adventures with lotion.
This goes here. This goes there.
Oh my God. Like, even on the insides, I mean, he got a little small hands, so he's like all up in
Just dump the
all
whole
in the
bottle,
cartridge
huh?
bay.
Wow.
It's everywhere. It's all over the windows.
Mhm.
You couldn't save it?
It's all, no, there was no saving that. There was no saving that. There was no saving that. I was hurt. I cried.
Sounds like something Eric would do.
I would never.
I bet you wouldn't.
I bet you would.
No, thinking about it, I think.
You bet you would.
No, I think my Nintendo stopped working and I just threw it away.
I don't know where. I know we kept it in, when we kept moving and moving and moving, but I don't remember even firing it up again.
Just got put in a box and said,
Gone.
goodbye.
Somewhere, yeah.
See you later.
But if we would have had that now, do you know how much it'd be worth? Do we know?
Well, Sean, do you know the value of a Nintendo open or sealed?
Open,
No, I
not
got that-
sealed,
I got that
because
for
everybody cracked them things open.
I got that
man.
for you right now.
Let's pull this off the shelf. I meant to give it to you on your 10th birthday, but we forgot.
I know you can go to GameStop and trade them in, though.
Yeah.
You can. Unfortunately, I wouldn't. No comment. No comment.
You sound
No
pretty
comment
upset
today.
about that lotion situation.
I am. But I also
mean, I
am an
would-
employee at GameStop too, so
Nice.
I have to tread lightly in what I say.
Mm.
Unless you go behind the paywall and listen.
Conflict of interest.
No, it's not conflict of interest. It's business.
Yes.
Mm.
Business.
We'll
All
call
right.
it
So
that
an
with air quotes.
NES loose, which would be the system. I don't know. It could be just the system. It could be a system and controller, a system without cords, a system with cords. You're looking at $77.55.
$77.
Yep.
And mind you,
you are
in
looking.
the 80s, you could buy a new one for like
$77.
$90, $80.
Mhm. And then if you're looking at complete in box with everything, box intact, manuals, controllers, or whatever it is,
Mhm.
and this is for the 2 controller system, this would be $117.
I might as well keep it. I
Hmm.
thought it was worth more than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
it gets better.
But wait, there's more.
The action set. This is for the PAL
Mhm.
version of Nintendo system. The action set, which comes with the 2 controllers, looks like Mario and Duck Hunt and the gun.
Mhm.
You're looking at $173.96 loose, complete in box $275.
It's almost like getting your money back. Like
Yeah,
you paid in
It
the
is
80s.
basically, you're getting your money back. Yeah.
You got the super set, which comes with it looks like 4 controllers. Let me see this. Hold
Yeah,
on.
there was a set out there. It came with like 4 controllers.
4 controllers. I don't know what game that is. And a controller port. What game is that?
Oh, is that the one with like the wireless port?
Yeah.
That's mighty rare.
Yeah, I was like,
No,
what?
no, it's not wireless. There's a wire that goes from there to that.
Okay.
But yeah, you're looking at loose $180. Complete in box, you're looking at $275.
Yeah. Wow.
Sealed.
Mm.
Sealed is
That's a whole
$885.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game.
Graded, new, almost $1,000.
That's what
So
I'm
just
talking
because
about.
someone took the time to grade it, it's like, geez.
That's what I'm talking about.
I guess seal of
Handed
Oh.
down from generation to generation.
So I went back to the first one, the NES.
Mhm.
This is with the 2 controllers. New sealed is $1,030.
Okay, nice little return.
Graded
That's-
new is $1,133.
Can y'all cash that out? Or would it be a store credit?
Not at GameStop. No,
I was about to say.
we do that on cards. So anything that you got cards that's graded, I think the highest we've paid at my store was $600
$600. Dang.
for one card. One card.
Employee does not have the safe or the code.
I do.
Oh, you do.
Mm-hmm. It's under my discretion if I want to give it to you or not. Just kidding. I would. I mean, it's graded. It's in a box or whatever
Yeah.
it is. I got to check to make sure if it's all accurate. Because like the seal and the way the box looks and the way
Mhm.
that
No water damage boxes, please.
not so much of water damage, but there's iced out areas, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And if it rounds out, it's a fake. If it's pretty
Mm.
squared off, it's real.
Okay. So from the beginning of Nintendo, we're talking about the NES to now, have the graphics changed? Have they improved? Have they better?
With each gaming console?
Yeah, with the,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. What do you think?
I think Mario's still the same to me.
Well, that's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say that. Did you know that all Marios that are side-scrolling make more money than the 3D ones?
No way.
I feel like I'm being patronized once
I
again.
didn't know the answer. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm. I could see that because Mario 64, I could care less playing.
Oh, ho. Pump the brakes here, sir.
He told you he woke up with violence.
He did.
You didn't like Mario 64?
No,
What?
I just wasn't feeling it. I even when I picked up the collection for the Switch, still couldn't get into it.
You still got it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how much that's rolling for right now?
The game?
Yeah.
How much?
I have it too. I should have bought. I thought about it too. I was going to buy 3 of them.
Oh,
One
wow.
was going to be mine. The other 2 were going to be sealed.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't think about it. But right now,
If you tell him a number, he's going to sell it to you right now.
he's not going to sell it to
No.
me. He's going to keep it. That's
No,
what he's
he's
going to
not.
do.
It's in the drawer right there.
See, it's in the drawer. He's about to get rid of it right now.
No.
You got the box and everything, right?
Yeah.
You like at
See what
$75.
I'm saying?
That's not bad.
$75.
Mm.
It was more
Not
at one
high
point.
enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not high enough.
No.
It'll probably get.
No, I'll never get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because there'll be that one day.
Oh, that
You know
one day
what?
that you want to play it. Yeah. Mm.
So I just picked up the NES Championship game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So does that have, like, I've seen the name, but does it have like a bunch of collection of games?
Yeah. So it's Nintendo World Championship is a bunch of like games that they speed ran on a TV show. I
Okay.
can't remember what it was, but there was like sections of the game that they
Mhm.
would speed run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty cool. There's actually a leaderboard that you can like each week it updates
Mhm.
to see who you're going against.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not opening that bad boy, so I don't know. I might.
Kind of hang on to it for a while.
So I'm looking. Oh my God. Look at this. So the Nintendo World Championship, just the base cartridge going for $10K.
I'm sorry, what?
And what do you
Yeah.
have?
I have the Switch version.
So you said the
So it
original?
just came out like a
Man.
couple weeks ago. This is the original.
Wow.
And-
10K?
Yeah, 10K. And the
So-
original,
Everyone check your grandparents'
I am in the
garage.
wrong business.
yeah. And the Nintendo World Championship Gold Edition, so it's the gold cartridge,
Mm-hmm.
almost 19K.
Wow.
18,
I remember the gold one. Yeah, that was a
18.9.
big one. Big one.
18.9. That's what it goes for.
You got that, Eric?
No.
I know you do.
I'm about to go to my grandparents' house. Like, where
I
that
know
box
you-
at?
Did Grandma play games?
So, in the back room, I don't know if she played games, but it was more probably for the foster kids that came through. But she did have a Nintendo in there.
That game's gone.
So yeah. Oh, you know what?
I'm
I might
sorry.
open it.
I'm
'cause
sorry. I didn't mean to rip the Band-Aid off.
That game's gone because I mean,
Yeah, foster kids? Come on, man.
Yeah.
it's worth the same amount I bought. Well, less than what it's like $40 more than what I bought it for. That's what it was
Oh,
worth.
okay.
So I don't know. I might open it and try it.
I wouldn't do that.
All right, I won't do it.
It's got value
Don't
to
do
it. Don't do it.
I'll just buy another
Buy another one.
You sure you don't want to
Yeah.
get rid of yours for
I'm sure.
75?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'll keep it. Because it came with Mario,
Mario Sunshine,
Mario Sunshine.
and Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy. I
Mm.
think I was interested in playing Mario Sunshine.
That was a good one. A lot of people like that one.
But
A lot of people like Mario Sunshine.
I heard. I
Got
just-
leverage.
Was he insane then? Probably.
Yeah, we'll have to look.
Yeah.
Do
I got to
another-
hear this story. I know
You have to.
Come on.
You
man.
really have
Break
to.
it down because you've been like hinting at it. Like
You
Mario's antisocial. What does that mean?
Antisocial disorder?
Yeah, he fought for the girl, man. I don't know if he loved her, but he fought for her.
Oh, man, you just gotta listen to it. There's so much that goes into it, man. There's so much, and we even came up with more stuff as we did the podcast.
Yes, we did.
As you went down that rabbit
As
hole.
we went down the rabbit
Yeah.
hole, we came up with more situations and ideas than we thought starting.
Did you talk about Luigi?
No, wait, well,
Yeah, we did.
we
We touched on him.
Yeah, y'all touched on him, but I never understood his role. What was his role?
The younger
He's
brother.
scared.
Yeah.
Scared of what?
He's
Scared
scared of his
younger brother.
brother.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He idolizes his brother. He thinks his brother is one of the best humans there is, even though he's not.
Mhm.
But he is afraid of Mario imploding because he's already on the path.
I'm gonna
You got
research this.
no.
Yeah, I'm
you
not
got to
gonna
hear it.
research
You just
it.
got to hear the podcast. You just got to hear it.
Because Luigi was never scared.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. He seemed a little lonely to me.
Lonely, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, Luigi's more. He's not. I would say he's timid. I don't think he's scared more or less than anything.
Yeah, but he never had the chick that he was chasing.
He had
Yes,
a
he
chick.
did.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Daisy.
Okay. All right. I'll have to research him.
Daisy was his girl. You remember the original Mario
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
And Luigi was yelling who?
Daisy.
Yeah. Daisy, oh Daisy, help me. Yeah, he needs help.
So. I'll research Mario.
Look, you just gotta wait for the podcast to come in.
I'll wait for it, but
or you know what? We can actually let you. You want to let him hear it?
No, you're good. You're good. We'll
you want to let him hear it? Because I really want someone to hear it.
I want to research it first because I think.
All right, research it.
I do. Because I want to see what y'all talking about.
All right, man.
I got a video for you. No, actually, you know what? I'm gonna let you research it, and then once it comes out,
I'm gonna be like, yeah, y'all were right.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. I know this kind of went on a little long. Appreciate you listeners out there.
Too long.
Never too long. Yeah.
Eric
Thank
is
you,
going to
Darryl.
sell it for $75.
Thank you, Kishan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm keeping the game.
Prestige worldwide. Wide.
And we're out.